There is a lot of interest in volume spread analysis. Traders want to learn it, but as soon as they start using it, most of the times they get confused and then it becomes difficult for them to continue with that. It is exactly the same thing that happened with me when I first started with volume spread analysis. Today I have a question from someone who is interested in the sequential setups that I have covered in my volume spread analysis course, and he wants to know more about it. He wants to have a look at some examples. So what I said, let me show you examples in some recent markets, and then I hope that it will help you in understanding the sequential setup part of the volume spread analysis more thoroughly. So if you go to the sequential setup chapter in my volume spread analysis course, you will find that there are multiple sequential setups that I have talked about. Essentially what it consists of is three parts. The first part is sign of strength or sign of weakness. So if the market is going down, you will find sign of weakness. If the market is going higher, you will find sign of strength. Then you look for some sort of confirmation. What do I mean by confirmation is, let's say you see a sign of weakness, market should confirm that by going lower. If you see a sign of strength, market should confirm that by going higher. And then finally what you need to do is test. So market is going lower. Now you see a sign of strength which might signal a possible reversal. You need to see some confirmation that yes, market wants to go higher, and then you need to see a test. This test will confirm that yes, there is no more supply, this buying is strong, and then you can see markets going higher. So sign of strength, confirmation, test, continuation. Make sense? So these are 1, 2 and 3 parts. Sometimes you may not get confirmation. Sometimes the confirmation is extremely essential. Whenever you are trying to find these sequential setups on these charts, first and foremost you need to understand that you need to be aware of the current context under which it is developing. So if you blindly go and start finding these patterns, what you will find that the patterns may not work as you intend to. You may enter into a position, your stop loss will get hit. You may enter into a position, market will go nowhere, just stay consolidating around your entry price. Both scenarios, you are not going to make any money. But if you understand the context well, then you can find great trading opportunities and get into positions exactly when the market is likely to move. Now, just because there is a VSA signal does not guarantee that market will move. VSA signals are just some combination of open, high, low, close, volume that tells you what the traders might be trying to do behind the scenes. They in no way guarantee a trade. They are not entry and exit signals. They are absolutely not that. They are just telling you what condition is developing on a particular bar, and once that condition has developed, then you can observe the market for some low risk opportunities. So let us look at some sequential setups as the market started to trade down. Okay. Now I have done detailed analysis of this market in my co-trading workshops, in my intraday quick updates. I'll link a few videos at the top, and then you can watch those to get an idea about what I was thinking on this day. Now, let us look at what is happening here. Market goes lower, consolidates, and then it starts to fall. When you are looking at this market and the context tells you that market is going to fall, then what you are looking for is a sign of weakness. Now, as soon as you spot a sign of weakness, then you monitor the next few bars for a test. And this is the test. All red dots are no demand dots. What it means is that market is not interested in going higher. Whenever you find a no demand bar, you can go against that and take a trade. But what you need context first and then sign of weakness. So the context was bearish. Now you have a sign of weakness. Next few bars you monitor for a test. And as soon as you get this test, you go against that. So very simply you can short below the low of that bar, and then you can put your stop loss above the high of that sign of weakness, and that should work in your favor. So this is simply the easiest way to trade with VSA. But you need to be very good at understanding context, because if you don't understand context and you start taking your trades blindly, they won't work, and then you will get frustrated with VSA. I'll show you an example. Let us look at this. You see a sign of weakness, then for multiple bars there was nothing, and then you get a test. And if you short here, what happens? Market goes higher. As the market is going higher, what is the market making? More sign of weaknesses. So now you start to think that market is getting really weak, but market simply trades in a range. Why is this? This is because of the context. Now, you can also go to the quick update for this day, that is October 25, and you will find what I thought about this in terms of context. So I said later on the market might move lower. Now, as the market breaks out of this consolidation, and what I said, if we can find acceptance below this day's low, market will accelerate lower. Now, as soon as it breaks out of this consolidation, what you get? A sign of weakness, a test, and you can sell here for some downside follow through. There were multiple signs of weaknesses, multiple tests happening, but market went nowhere, because you have to understand time. What do I mean by time? We were closer to the closing, and as the market went into the second half of the day, it just chose to consolidate. But then what happens the next day? We go further down. So if you are kind of a short swing trader and you establish your position on any of these, market went lower. So it depends on what your time frame is, how long you are going to hold on to your trades, and that will decide when you should enter and when you should not. So if you want to enter for intraday, choose to trade in the first half of the day, and then second half probably will give you profits, or something like this can happen, that we get a one big move in the day and then market consolidates. Sometimes the move happens early in the day, then market consolidates. So again, you can find those kinds of trades here. See, sign of weakness, market goes lower, test, you get continuation to the downside. And then what happens? Sign of weakness, test, market does not go anywhere. Sign of weakness, test, market does not go anywhere. Very small moves. Why is this happening? Because now the context has changed. And why the context has changed? For that you have to go to the higher time frame chart, and what we are looking at is this day. And if I go left from this day, let's say this is the day's range, and if I go left, what is there on the left side? We are seeing an important HVN. So we quickly move towards that HVN, and then we don't do anything throughout the day. We move sideways, and now we are moving higher because some support is coming in at this HVN. So what I always stress is the importance of context, because if your context is screwed, no matter what system you use, whether it is VSA, whether it is market profile, nothing matters, nothing will work. But if your context is correct, you will get quick profits and you will make good money. So this is how you should use the sequential setups. You can use the combinations given in the course, but you need to understand one thing, and that is they are not entry-exit signals. You cannot backtest a sequential setup and then try to find out which sequential setup worked most of the time. This is a discretionary trading system, and what you need to do is you need to first nail the context. Only then and only then these sequential setups will work. So I can give you 1 million examples. Nothing will work if you read the context incorrectly in that particular moment. So I give you 100 examples of a particular sequential setup. Next time you apply it, it does not work. Then you come to me and you say this sequential setup do not work. No, it's not like that. Why it did not work? Because you read the context incorrectly. So if your context understanding is good, only then you will be able to take benefit of these sequential setups. I hope this helps. If you have more such questions, please put them in the comments below, and the next video I make will answer your question.